plans, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, we have no plans on building over there. Right now, there are no construction plans to get started over there, at least in everything that we're talking from a company perspective, okay, till 2020, okay, to even start over there. Then it takes, and again, only been in development for 35 years, so I'm just, still learning. But by the time you can open up your first and close your first home, you're probably looking at about 2 years. So 2022, you're talking about your first homes going over there, okay? And then what we're proposing to do is trying to give a transition before we build new amenities. And one of our true assets of our company has been no green bananas. What's that mean? Well, we want to make sure that there's lifestyle for people that they have, so when they come in and close on their first home. But clearly, before someone goes across the street, our plan is to build new facilities. I'll share with everyone the plans that we originally had to build across the street. I've got them. I've heard things about lots, condos, high rises. The formula is what we built over here, we're going to emulate across the street. The types of homes we're going to build, we know what our market is. We're not building grander homes or bigger homes or more expensive homes. We want a nice community, but we also want amenities. People build here, we build a good home, every home in here, but at the same time, it's about lifestyle. I mean, look at how active everybody is. I know everybody in here, there's 300 clubs, you people are enjoying the facility. We want to do the same thing across the street. And what we do is, in that transition, we talked about the 1,000 passes, we're trying to come up with a way, well, do we do it for 3 years after the first homes are closed? We just came up with a formula. Mike had helped with our attorneys to try and come up with a way that we could do that. So we thought that was a way to work, because if you look at how many passes we would be purchasing by the time we sell out, and we're going to be buying, we're paying the O&M assessments, and we're going to be paying on the debt assessment. And if you look at over a period of, by the time we sell out, it's probably a 7-year period at 200 homes a year, over 1,400 homes we still have to sell. Okay, that's about 5,600 passes, okay, if you were to look at the passes. How many are you buying? Well, I'm buying 5,600 passes. No. We said, let's just do it 1,000, because by the time we build a new facility across the street, that will give an opportunity to transition over very nicely. So that was our intent. So there was no miscommunication about that. Mike was very clear, and I think the concern about underage, we are not going to jeopardize the formula and the success of what has happened over here. We want to make sure this is an active adult community. The rules and regulations that are being imposed right now with the 18 age limit, being no children, I mean, all those things have to be the same. We have to marry that, make sure it's successful. We do not want to jeopardize this. We have a long-term relationship here. We've been involved, meaning our company. And for those who don't know, AV Homes is really Avatar Properties, okay? That's our DBA's AV Homes, but it's also GAC, which started back at about 60, almost 70 years old now. And we started back here in 1969 in this development, which was all purchased, all 47,000 acres. So again, there's a long history, and there's a long history to go ahead. So again, I just wanted to stress some things, and those misconceptions are out there. This board, I know every one of these gentlemen, they work diligently and hard. We have no relationships personally, but again, they work for you. I know they do, because they fought really hard. If you look at the contract where it was put together and the terms that their council had negotiated, very, very, very hard and very diligent, and we acquiesced to all those terms that they had asked for to make this happen. And as we sit here right now, we look at what's happening with the market, and since the elections, who knows where it's going to go? It's getting crazier and crazier. Now, I was involved with the Parkway. I got to tell you, what happened with the Parkway, we did a kind of same thing. We went back and forth, and we were hemming and hawing. We put $50 million into the Parkway to get it built. $50 million. And then what happened? We're waiting to sell it. We had 3 or 4 buyers looking at purchasing it. Things were happening. All of a sudden, next thing you know, boom, the markets fell, collapsed. There was $50 million that we lost. Not only on top of that, we ended up also donating another site that we have where the current research park is going in for Osceola County to them, another $20 million. So $70 million to get a road built that we could have sold and doubled our money on. but the market fell apart. So things do happen. So I'm a true believer in making a decision, moving on and moving forward. And I think we've worked hard for the last 2 years. And I just want to, again, go back to the board. I think we demonstrated in the purchase and sale agreement everything that we acquiesced to everything that was requested in there. I think the residents are truly protected. We've had an outside evaluation company come in, look at it independently. We've had a consultant look at the buildings. We've addressed all the issues. The ADA requirements, we've talked about that before. They will absolutely, totally be addressed. And if we want to have a peer review and someone else come in and look at those on the reports that were done, I have no problem with that because we have engineers working on that and architects to make sure that it's going to be done right. So again, I stand before everybody here that has, again, I've been here for 20 years with the company since that time, and the founding of Solivita. We're committed to this community, and we want to make it better and better every year. My goal is not to be number 5 in the country, because we are in the top 5. I want to be number 1. And what does that mean? Let's get the Performing Arts Theater done while we're all happy and alive and healthy and young, and then get another health and wellness center and expand it so we can grow on. Let's get that bistro fixed over there. Let's turn it into like a Panera Bread. We could absolutely do that. You could have, sandwiches and food. We get mosaics fixed up. Get some of these things in a ballroom. I mean, there's so much life and activity could continue on. But we could sit here right now, go back and forth, get 10 other appraisals come in. And at the end of the day, we may not have a willing seller. I mean, who knows what can happen? But again, I think at this point, we want to make sure it's fair. We've had an evaluation study done. It was done just like I said in the day one. It has to be done and looked at as a business, and that's what we're trying to do. So again, I appreciate everybody's time, but I just had to say that because there's so much misconceptions that have been said out here. Yes, sir.
I got to ask you one question.
Yes, sir.
You're running it as a business, all right? Has anybody ever looked at the books to see how much of a profit you've made? Because if we own it individually as a resident,
yes,
we make it as a break even, and that'll lower our costs. So how much money has AB Homes made on the HOA here?
Well, first on the HOA, we lose money every year in the HOA. Okay, every year if you look at the books, there's a subsidy that goes in. I'm talking the HOA.
Tony,
you said HOA.
Tony, I would an account.
Which has nothing to do with this.
I was an account.
Go ahead, Mike.
We're either going to take a 5-minute break, or we're going to move on to other audience comments, because if you want to have a conversation with the person who's at the podium, have the conversation.
Yes, I'll be available after we talk. So again, thank you. Thank you, board, again, for all your service and time.